On both sides. Gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want to caution you right now to keep this fight clean at all times, protect yourself at all times, and what I say you must obey. Good luck, HaveFunOTI. Touch them up.
Jeff?
Yeah.
Who would have thought that drinking a lot of beer makes me want to puke? Jeff, I feel sick.
Who would have thought that drinking a lot of beer was maybe a bad idea?
I'm legit right now sick to my stomach. I'm gonna vomit.
All over the microphone?
I don't know. Anyways, I think I got what the doctor prescribed.
Unprofessionalism?
Have fun on the Indys.
Have fun on the Indies.
I'm Abe.
I'm Jeff.
This is Have Fun on the Indys. Make sure to catch us on Twitter or at HaveFunOTI. We have all our shit there. Our fucking YouTube links, our Facebook, our Vimeo archive, and our most important one, our SoundCloud. We have all that stuff on there. Come check us out. Also, coming soon, new logo.
New logo. Coming soon.
We just got the rough draft for it. I like it. I'm a looking, I'm a liking.
Yep, I like it.
So hopefully, that comes out to our expectations. Can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
And, you want to know what happened this last week, Jeff?
Sure.
Vince McMahon unzipped his pants, whipped out his giant dong, and said, slap! Look at us now. Look at SmackDown's contract with Fox. And look at Raw's contract with NBC Universal.
Yeah.
Billions,
yeah.
lots of money.
SmackDown sold. We kind of ate the words from last week where does anybody want SmackDown? Apparently they do.
Dude, and here's the crazy part. People wanted SmackDown, and not just people, big giant execs at Fox wanted SmackDown.
Yep.
They needed, I'm telling you, those consistent ratings, while not always super high and premium, they're always at a level that helps out a network every fucking time, especially something like Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I went to pwinsider.com, and there was this sick, informative article by Mike Johnson talking about the sale of SmackDown to Fox, right?
Uh-huh.
First and foremost, let me tell you who was representing You know what? Let me tell you who was representing Fox. Maybe I can find out who was representing Fox. If my old technology here will let me bust out my notes. I have something from like the year 2000. Anyways,
a PDA?
The person who brought this to Fox's attention, right, before anybody else, was Rupert Murdoch. Do you know who Rupert Murdoch is?
The billionaire tyrant Rupert Murdoch.
Insanely rich, insanely powerful, has a lot of pull into what goes on in these things. So he was the one that was pursuing SmackDown heavily.
Smart.
WWE was represented by Nick Khan, who's a talent agent at CAA, one of those big giant talent agencies, along with WME, IMG, and all these other companies. He went there to all those meetings along with Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, Michelle Wilson, and George Barrios. But who wasn't there? Out of all those names, who's the one name that's usually the most important guy in the WWE? Who's Daddy WWE? Who's Daddy WWE?
I mean, if you said he was there and he pulled it out and smacked it on the table, he wasn't there.
Apparently.
Vince wasn't there?
Vince wasn't at the meetings, which I find odd, but maybe at the same time, man, I feel like Vince might be living life for once in his whole freaking career. I feel he understands that he's got to let go of the reins a little bit. Triple H and Stephanie, they obviously want what's good for the business. Even though it seems like Triple H might have screwed over half the roster to get to where he's at, did he really? I mean, the guy, I never got the feeling from the guy that he didn't want the business to grow and that he would put himself above the business. I got the feeling that maybe he might put himself in front of other competitors, but not. I feel like he always was in the best interest of wrestling.
Yeah, I mean,
he looks like he loves it.
The past is the past. We'll just look to the bright future that Triple H has created.
So, anyways, here's the other crazy part. Let me put the setting down here for you for when they were at the meeting. They're all there. Fox has their people. Rupert Murdoch's, there also. And the first thing Rupert Murdoch says is, "Oh, did you know? Why did you guys want to be with NBC Universal? Like, did you know that NBC Universal is embarrassed of you guys? They're embarrassed of your programming.
I've seen some things lately.
And as he's saying this, I think they're on video call or something, and in the background, there's WWE and Fox logos postered everywhere. There's TV screens with the WWE logo and Fox logo, like trying to tell them, look, this marriage will work. It will bring us a lot of money. Dude, think about it. That's a very enticing setting.
Yeah,
it looks like the network truly wants to invest in you. They're not fucking around.
We've already got promotional material together,
and they have experience with this because the UFC was on Fox. And while it's not the same model per se, there's a lot of things that are super similar in the way it's promoted, in the hours that it runs on TV, the coverage it's gonna get, all those extra shows. Anyways, yeah, so they had all these WWE logos and Fox logos next to each other. They had Ronda Rousey logos next to the Fox logos. They were making it seem very homey, like very roomy and comfy.
like they belong.
Yeah, and apparently this is what I didn't know. This is the part that caught me off guard. If any of you guys feel that I'm wrong on any of this, I might have got something twisted, tweet me at HaveFunOTI or go to our Facebook and let me know, or let us know in the comments on YouTube or anywhere. I don't want to be wrong, but this is what I got from it. It says, the reason why Fox wanted the WWE this bad is because they're selling a lot of their assets to Disney.
Really?
Yeah, which I did not know.
Really?
Yeah, they're selling a lot of their assets to Disney, and they're rebranding this whole thing as New Fox.
Fox.
That's what they're calling it. So they wanted the WWE product incredibly bad.
That would definitely be a change for Fox.
Yeah, it would be a huge change for Fox. And you know what? Fox should be fucking happy they have it.
Yeah.
It works both ways on this one. So here, I'm going to read you a little bit about the numbers, and I'm going to read you the conclusion of this whole little thing I was looking at. So you can move on, maybe to the Raw results.
Yep. Start the week off like we usually do.
All right. So I'm going to read the last part of that PW Insider article written by Michael Johnson. You can take a look. It was on pwinsider.com. I get a lot of my news there. So let me read the last the last couple sentences, few sentences.
All right.
So the Fox SmackDown deal, should it close as expected, will be for 5 years, starting in October 2019, worth over $1 billion total, broken down to $205 million per year.
Wow.
And that puts SmackDown on Fox through October 2024.
Wow.
So they're going to be there a good amount of time.
Good deal.
NBC's
Really good deal.
NBC Universal's deal for Raw to remain on the USA Network is expected to be $265 million per year and will be a 10-year pact. So they're going to be on the USA Network for the next fucking decade.
Again.
Yep. God, dude.
It's where it belongs.
It's
weird anywhere else.
If ever a marriage worked, it was USA Network / NBC Universal or whatever, and the WWE.
And the WWE.
Dear Lord, it's like they go back and forth, love, hate, we divorce, we don't, we come back together. Damn, but they always make money.
They've been on USA longer than
So anyways, Raw's going to be on there for $265 million per year and will be a 10-year pact. That deal will be worth $2 billion. Yeah, dude, not too fucking shabby for a product that everybody is saying, the ratings are a little down, attendance is a little down, so that means the whole product has gone to shit because everybody wants to watch New Japan and all these other indie shows. Dude, that's wrong, man. These guys know what they're doing, and then while they may not be the Attitude Era, it's still super successful. It's just not, sometimes the storylines piss us off.
Yeah.
This week almost made me want to shoot myself a couple times, but we'll get to that in a little while.
That's later.
Anyways, so here's the last of it. And I'm going to shut up. WWE had been paid $130 million per year for Raw and SmackDown under the old NBC deal. So in my opinion, holy crap, NBC was getting a huge fucking bargain on that one.
Yeah, they were.
You think Vince was like, you know what, we'll take a loss and then make our product value go way up, and even though we took a loss, it's going to come back twofold how good it's going to be the return if we're just patient.
I mean, if he was able to foresee the future like that, then he's an evil fucking genius. But,
I don't know. Sometimes it's like sometimes they use business tactics and they gamble on some of these things. Like, it might work, it might not.
It would have been a gamble for him to.
Anyways,
the deal he got is incredible.
Anyways,
it's incredible.
It's the consensus. All the wrestling journalists, most people that know anything, even half about business, which I don't. But at the same time, I recognize a victory when you see one. Everybody's saying this was a fucking grand slam.
Yeah, definitely.
Good for them. If we want the wrestling business to succeed, it's good that wrestling companies are getting these deals. Anyways, we're moving on, Jeffrey. And we're moving on to what is supposed to be the premium WWE show. Besides, pay-per-views.
The one that's $2 billion for 10 years.
It's Raw. Monday Night Raw. So, you ready to rock and roll or what?
Yeah. Well.
So, we started off with Braun Strowman, which, this is going to nudge at your heart.
Just...
this is going to sound like I'm pulling out a knife and looking for someone's spine to stab it in. But I'm kind of...
Paralyzing?
I'm kind of taking to Braun Strowman.
He's growing.
He seems like he's a decent wrestler. I mean, we just got to get over the fact that his promo is very generic big man promos. But who knows if they're letting him any creative input into how he does his promos.
Hey, people are buying the Get These Hands shirts.
I know, the Get These Hands thing is kind of fucking corny. But I get it, People need slogans to sell t-shirts and things like that.
You gotta sell the merch.
Anyways, Braun Strowman came out, talked about his defense, his desire to win the Money in the Bank, briefcase.
Mm-hmm.
A little short while later, Finn Balor comes out to disagree.
Mm-hmm.
What happens usually when WWE does a freaking face-to-face promo?
Balor and Strowman come face-to-face.
Things got physical, as usually these things go.
And Finn got those hands.
Wow. Anyways, General Manager Kringle comes out, books a match between the two of them. Crazy part, one of the guys that I like, the guy that's been recently told he's a fat ass, Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens comes out and sits on commentary. Middle of the match, he starts cheering on Finn Balor.
Yeah, grabs the mic, starts boosting his confidence, telling him, hey, you're better than this. Don't get beat by him.
Yeah.
Don't be the little guy. Come on.
Balor got some encouragement out of that. Mm-hmm. Was winning a lot of the match. But, the giant freaking genetic freak decided to stop him.
Here comes the hands again.
Yep. And then so Owens charged in at the end to prevent Balor's coup de grace attempt. Mm-hmm. He attacked both men with the ladder, but ended up scurrying away from the monster among men.
Yeah, as Braun Strowman gave that ladder almost into Kevin Owens'
Finn
head.
Balor wins via disqualification. I mean, get these hands, I guess, Mr. Monster in the Bank. That's what Braun Strowman said. He says, I'll be known as Mr. Monster in the Bank.
All right.
Better than you. Better than anything this podcast will ever come out with.
So that segment ends with Braun gave those hands.
Dude,
all right?
This podcast is shit. Come on now. I mean, are you serious? Like, that's going to sell. The Monster in the Bank.
Braun gave those hands because he's the Monster in the Bank.
Here's another thing that I missed. This is what Kevin Owens said to Byron Saxton. And I got this one off a Bleacher Report. They were talking about memorable moments and quotes in certain segments of the show. He said, have you hit puberty? That's what I want to know. That's pretty wacky there.
I'm not a fan of Byron on commentary, but hey, it's a 3-person commentary team nowadays.
Well, we'll move on to the next match. Seth Rollins versus Jinder Mahal. These matches, even though sometimes people say they're not truly important, to me they are, because especially this one, it's an Intercontinental Championship match.
Yeah, that's really.
And on this show, we're always going to cover the Intercontinental Championship.
Mm-hmm. We're always going to cover the titles.
Yeah, most titles, because you know what? I think we've been guilty of not covering the tag team stuff.
Yeah.
Which don't get me started, because there's been times where WWE has attempted to bring life and fucking health back to the WWE Tag Team Division, and the fans don't fucking eat it up no matter how good it is.
No.
I remember at one point, I was loving it when they had Brian Kendrick and Paul London together as a tag team. Mm-hmm. They were facing all these kinds of fucking other tag teams, but nobody paid attention. At what point is it the fucking fans' fault? Anyways.
Most of the time.
Anyways, sorry my fucking post-traumatic stress disorder went off. My ADD.
It's all right. Have another beer. You haven't thrown up yet.
I know, right? Hey, someone told me if you have a hangover and you feel like you're going to vomit, drink a beer. It'll help. That's what I was told.
I've never tried that because it sounds like fucking hell.
Because this sounds disgusting. Can you imagine? Like can you imagine? You get wasted the night before, and when you wake up in the morning, you have that sick fucking feeling in your stomach, that spinning in your head, and any smell of alcohol makes you want to puke. Now imagine taking that smell and drinking it.
The sight of an empty beer can makes me want to throw up. Like, this will fix me. Let me have another one.
Dude, I feel like it'll make it worse.
As drunk as I was all over again, they say. Never tried it, never will.
Anyways, exactly. Moving on. Intercontinental Championship. Seth Rollins versus Jinder Mahal.
All right.
Jinder Mahal wins via disqualification, so that means Rollins retains the Intercontinental Championship. Mm-hmm. So what ended up happening, Jeff?
Well, it started out with Elias in the ring, playing a little tune. Mm-hmm. Seth comes out.
Elias.
They're getting a little altercation then. Sets up our match, Seth and Mahal. As you know, Mahal wins by disqualification. And then, right after that, Singh later distracted the referee.
Singh later occupied the referee.
Yeah,
and Mahal smashed Rollins with the steel chair. What the hell's going on here, Jeff? We have reading issues because you're right. Chicken scratch.
We're at the end of the match here, and I'm drunk. Now, anyways, as you know, Mahal wins by disqualification. Elias smashes Rollins with the guitar afterwards again, like his name is Slapnuts.
Wow.
The medical staff try to roll.
That's another thing that I want to say.
On the stretcher.
That's another thing that I want to say. You know what's pissing me off is that when Jeff Jarrett used to do the whole guitar thing, everybody said it looked like crap, but nobody's saying that shit to this guy.
Yeah, nobody's even acknowledging it.
Even though I'm not gonna lie, Elias is kind of cool. I like Elias.
Yeah, Elias is a good heel right now for Raw.
Elias is better than you.
With The Miz going to SmackDown, they really need a good heel. Well, people cheering for him too. I just dislike him.
And I don't know, I like him. I like his little sayings like, I don't know, at one point he called the crowd disgusting or something along those lines.
Hey, and WWE stands for Walk with Elias. So. Anyways, he smashes Seth Rollins with a guitar. Ambulance comes out, or stretcher comes out, tried to take him away.
Right.
And he refuses and wants to walk out under his own power.
Oh, okay. I hear you.
Admirable guy.
Okay. Not mad. Moving on.
All right. And
they're doing this thing. Up next is someone that I'm always going to probably follow because I follow MMA closely now that she crossed over. You know, I still feel like, I don't know, I like her. I like the way she's wrestled. She looks a lot happier. Ronda Rousey. So Ronda Rousey was in another angle on Monday Night Raw. But, Ronda Rousey's part of the roster now, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, Nia Jax had an exhibition where she, Ronda Rousey came out to the announce table, and Nia Jax pretty much went out there and smashed some girls to show Rousey, like, this is what you're going to be facing.
Squashed them.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. I always rip on Nia Jax, but I feel like I'm just going to stop. I mean, I'm not a fan of her work, and I don't know why.
Well, it's a little soft. We've already said that.
Yeah.
Let's just see how this turns out. Rumor I've heard is that maybe the winner of the Money in the Bank will cash in and be a part of the match between Ronda and Nia at Money in the Bank, but we will see.
She beat the crap out of Michelle Webb, used her signature moves. Then she wanted Ronda Rousey to get in the ring with her. Ronda Rousey obviously got in the ring with her, and Ronda Rousey went in there, and Nia Jax just walked away. Yeah. I mean, I don't mind. They're trying to do the whole thing where they don't really touch each other yet, build it up.
Yeah.
You can't have them fighting every fucking week if you're going to try to sell a pay-per-view with these girls.
They're doing a good build-up. I mean, they've got a few weeks. We'll see where it goes. I'm still excited.
The next one, man, it was cool and wacky, especially if you smoke some of that of God's good herb. But the thing is, it was a cool segment because it was wacky, like I said. It wasn't supposed to be serious, but something made me sad in that segment. However, let's explain what we're talking about. They had Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt versus The Ascension. Mm-hmm. But also, remember, the B team had a barbecue.
All I can remember right now is the B team bologna sandwiches.
Let's get to the match first. The match was Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt versus The Ascension.
The leader of worlds.
Hardy and Wyatt win. Fuck yeah. Let's just, you know what? If you don't have a program for them now, it's fine. But just keep letting them win.
Yeah, this is working.
Keep letting them win because we all love it.
They've got some gold, well, silver. But the tag belts, they're carrying them pretty well. And, I mean, it's good to see the Ascension back on.
And Raw, I like these crazy paranormal gimmicks or weird gimmicks or whatever it is you want to call them.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're all fucking dying, dude. The Undertaker's gone. Fucking Kane can't be soon to retire. He's been in the business forever. I don't know how long he's going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Shit like Mordecai didn't work. And that Sub-Zero guy in WCW didn't
Glacier.
work. Yeah, only once in a while these things work. And Bray Wyatt was doing it fine, in my opinion, on his fucking own.
Perfectly fine.
It was elite. Mm-hmm. He was doing it at an elite level every fucking week. He did it right. I don't understand why the fuck they didn't push this guy more. And by push, I don't mean he has to be in a main event angle every fucking show. But do what you did with Kane sometimes, which is put him down in the back burner for a while, then bring him back. But don't tag team him up.
Yeah.
I like Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy, the tag team. I love it, but I would much rather see Bray Wyatt alone. Bray Wyatt alone was good, dude. He was good at wrestling. He was good at promos. He was good at angles when they had to do angles, acting the way he's supposed to act.
Exactly.
I don't know what the fuck happened there. And, a lot of the fucking feeling is like it's just the fucking loud few on those fucking internet wrestling forums that just talk shit for no reason.
Yeah.
They have no fucking clue what the fuck they're talking about. Yeah. Never did this a fucking day in their life. Aren't even half as passionate, because if you were half as passionate, you wouldn't talk that much shit about these guys, even though I am guilty of doing this sometimes.
Yeah.
But I don't go on their fucking Twitter. Yeah, but you know what? I don't go on their fucking Twitter and go like, hey, fucking... This person, you suck fucking balls, die. I hope you end your career and get fired.
I only do that to Baron Corbin.
Then you sicken me. You sicken me, sir.
Baron Corbin argues with you on Twitter. Well, he hasn't yet with me because I haven't actually tried.
Anyways, you sicken me, sir. And
Bray is great on his own. The stuff with Matt's okay. I was really excited when they were feuding. Didn't know what was going to happen after he was deleted. But, hey, I'm happy with this for now.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Then they had a barbecue thing because it was a holiday.
Barbecue for Memorial Day.
All I can say is I don't know how much detailed, we can go into it. It was your typical WWE barbecue. Everybody was wacky. Rhino was there. Who else was there? Who was all there?
It was the whole Raw tag division, other than
pretty much,
other than Bray and Matt because they're the champions.
And they all ended up getting into a food fight. And what bugged you about this whole thing with Rhino?
So, if you know who Rhino is, who Rhino was...
Here, I'll tell you who Rhino is, because here's what I remember Rhino as, if you're asking me this question. I remember Rhino as the guy who would smash people in the ring. He'd yell out, he'd gore the Sandman, then gore his wife, borderline fucking gore his child, pick up the promoter, smash him, grab the mic, and say, fuck you, New York. That's the fucking man beast I remember.
Yeah, Rhino. So Rhino sits in a folding chair the whole time, holding on to the plate of bologna sandwiches.
Wow, that's just the plate of bologna sandwiches.
The ring gets cleared by the B team.
I thought barbecues for was supposed to be like hamburgers and hot dogs and.
I've never been to a damn barbecue with bologna sandwiches, and if I go to one with bologna sandwiches without cheese to boot, I might have to turn around and leave immediately.
Cheese. All right,
immediately. But Rhino's just sitting there. The ring gets cleared. The only people left in the ring are the B team and Rhino. And I'm thinking, Rhino's going to get up and squash these little punks, right?
Right. That would have been... Right? Dude, how
That's what
awesome...
should have happened.
How awesome would that have been? No, it didn't really have to mean much. They could have forgot about it the next week. It didn't have to mean. It didn't have to be a big old giant deal. But how awesome would it have been in the middle of this wacky food fight? The one guy that gets serious is fucking Rhino and starts fucking pile driving people.
Exactly. It wasn't going to hurt the B team's image. They don't really have one.
It wasn't hurt nobody's image. It would have been something fun because the barbecue wasn't built to build anybody's image.
Exactly.
It was a fucking barbecue that was supposed to be just for fun. It didn't have any long-lasting repercussions and storylines. For fuck's sake.
But then the B team puts Rhino through a table, which is totally unexpected. And
the complete opposite. Isn't that funny?
They could have had anybody else in that ring been the one that got put through the frickin' table. Rhino's partner, Heath Slater, could have got put through the table. Somebody else, for God's sakes. But hey, me thinking that Rhino's still badass in 2018, those are long-forgotten wishes of a dying man, right?
I know. Dear Lord.
Yeah.
And Jeff, you got to talk into the mic some more sometimes because audio.
The Rhino thing's just, it's sad.
Beers.
It's just sad and hard to talk about.
Beers are taking control.
Give me more.
I'm joking.
Get more.
This next match was a sick-ass match, but it's not like a... There was nothing much to say. It was Kevin Owens versus Bobby Roode. Elite-level talent, 100%. Yeah. And they had a good match. Kevin Owens won via pinfall.
All right.
Not bad. I'm not mad at that.
No. Not at all.
Then we move on to the build-up of Mr. Lashley.
Yep.
Sami Zayn read an apology letter, apologizing for bringing out his family, wasn't it?
Saying things about Bobby's sisters and never having actually met them, but...
And you know what's funny? It's, so Lashley came out and paid tribute to the military. Right? Lashley came out and paid tribute to the military. Then he challenged Zayn to a match at Money in the Bank. Zayn accepted. Lashley's handshake, because Lashley shook his hand, okay, we're ready we're going to wrestle on that day. And it left Sami Zayn in pain, because, Bobby Lashley's hand is is super strong, I suppose. I get what they're trying to do. I'm not mad at that. My thing is, dude, the fans have shit on like the last 3 things that, like the last 2 things these guys have done. The sister thing and this. The fans thought it was garbage. I didn't.
No, I'm liking the build up to build Bobby up to something good.
I understand what they're trying to do, but it's hard what they're trying to do. They're trying to make Bobby Lashley serious, but at the same time not too serious. But I don't know how to explain it, man. I don't know. I like Bobby Lashley. I hope he succeeds, and this angle to me isn't the worst. And
it's not the worst.
He's working with the guy where at least the matches are going to be sick.
It's a good start because I mean the last few weeks he's been there. This has been going on with Sammy, and Bobby's been in 6-man tag match at the end of the show having nothing to do with Sammy. So I'm glad that they finally were face to face in the ring and they've agreed upon the match, and there we go.
All right.
Up next.
Next match, another quick match, which, like I said, I'm not mad at that. I like some of these things that are just matches. Thank you for having just matches sometimes. They don't always have to have a storyline. They don't have to lead into something. Thank you for someone just having a match on the show. Like the one we just watched with Kevin Owens. Awesome, 2 good guys. And even this one, it might have been a showcase match, but I miss those days like in the 90s where they would have a guy squash another guy and make the guy look good.
Every match
I like
doesn't have
those
to have a
things.
storyline. We've been saying that for a few weeks now, and it's happening.
Drew McIntyre and Chad Gable wrestled. I feel bad for Chad Gable because
I feel bad for Chad.
I thought Chad Gable was a sick wrestler.
And he still is.
And he pretty much was the jobber on this one.
Yeah.
But Drew McIntyre's good, man. I don't know if he's getting the same fire in terms of like his matches as he was in the Indies. Because on the Indies, he started to blow up.
Yeah.
On the Indies, he was insane, hit hard. It was like, wow, we're in New Japan right now.
Yeah, I've seen some crazy shit with him and Joe Goff.
But he did well, and he won via pinfall.
Yep.
And then we get to the main event.
Now, the main event of Monday Night Raw.
Which, it's an all-women's thing.
The
Last chance Money in the Bank gauntlet match. So, it's... Here, Jeff, I'll let you...
All right. We start off with Bayley, comes out, cuts a promo, says she's going to win and win the Money in the Bank. And her first opponent is Liv Morgan.
Nice.
So, Liv comes out, gives this cute little smile the internet loved, and Bayley whoops her. Quick. Next up coming the match is Sarah Logan.
Yeah.
Sarah comes out. Her and Bayley go for a minute. And...
See, is what I mean. Jeff forgot. Here, let's make this simple. Jeff forgot. I'm sorry, I can't help but laugh, ladies and gentlemen. You should see his face. Yeah. It's hilarious. Anyways. All right, here, folks. Here. All the people on this gauntlet were Bayley, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Ruby Riott, Dana Brooke, Mickie James, and Sasha Banks. Those were all the girls in this gauntlet. The result, Sasha Banks wins via submission, and she qualifies for the Money in the Bank ladder match. And here's the thing. Here's the reason why this was important. Because, for God's sakes, thank you. Please keep pushing Sasha Banks.
Finally.
It's not going to be a bad thing to push Sasha Banks. She's a very good wrestler. She can talk on the microphone. She's a gorgeous woman. Come on, dude. What more do we want?
And you don't pay her enough.
Pay this fucking woman, because rumors are online. We don't know if they're true 100% or not, but rumors are online that she's severely fucking underpaid. She's one of the lowest paid women in the women's division.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing?
What was it, $225,000 we read last week?
Do we hate money?
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck is going on?
They must hate Sasha.
She was one of the few first ones to start wrestling, dare I say, like a man. Like, start wrestling aggressive. Start wrestling matches that made people interested.
We talk about this all the time. Becky and her in NXT. We were just sitting here watching a match, and all of a sudden I'm like, why are they hitting each other like Kobashi and Masawa? I mean, I love Sasha. Sasha deserves this. I hope she wins the Money in the Bank, and I hope she gets to be champion again.
Yeah, me too. Please, Lord, is there some justice in this world? You'll let that fucking girl have some success.
At least win the Money in the Bank. I mean, she's not going to cash in on Ronda and win.
Even though I'm not going to lie, I like Charlotte Flair a lot more over on SmackDown, which... you know what? I like Charlotte Flair more, and I can't wait. I don't know when. I don't know if it will, but I do know it will, but I don't know when. However, I can't wait till one day they make Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair. I bet you they are.
Oh, yeah.
It might be a while. It might take a little bit of seasoning so they can have Ronda run the gauntlet. They can have Ronda polish up her fucking promo skills or whatnot. I guarantee you it happens, and I guarantee you it's going to be, here's my wallet, take my money.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Jeff, do you want to go over the SmackDown results already?
No, we can.
Or do you want to do it at the half?
Where are we at here? We are almost at the 30-minute mark.
We got about a minute left at the 30-minute mark. We'll come back and do that at the half if you'd like.
We go ahead and probably do that at the half since we're at the 30.
Okay,
so
that's fine. But what are we going to do at the half? We're going to go over this, and we might go over very swiftly. We're probably going to go over the point system in New Japan, because
the standings for the best of
there was a couple more days have passed by for the tournament, and the point system has been updated, and we're going to keep you guys updated. And maybe we'll talk about a match or two. That's about it. We're not going to go into detail. It's a lot of fucking wrestling. We do watch it, but we only have so much time in the studio. We can't sit in the studio forever. If you want us to sit in front of the mic forever, buy us a studio, and we'll do it. And pay us.
Sponsor us.
Sponsor us and pay us, please. If not, just enjoy yourselves because we enjoy ourselves. We'll be back at the half. Relax. Enjoy yourselves. Take a break.
I should probably stop drinking beer, huh?
You probably should.
Notes. Aren't you supposed to put them in order? Notes. Aren't you not supposed to scribble when you're done?
Whoa, dude. You have the sloppiest notes I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, you mean like when I had that horrible pause last half? Because I don't know what the fuck I wrote down.
Sometimes it's too messy, man. Anyways, we're back.
We're back.
I feel like I don't want to puke as bad.
Well, you stopped drinking. I kept.
I took a big spoonful of Have Fun on the Indies.
Big heaping spoonful.
At HaveFunOTI. Watch all the shit we put on there. It's entertaining. If you're bored at work, at break, at lunch. If you're going home, from the gym and you're in the parking lot waiting for your car to warm up, take a quick glance at our Twitter. You'll find everything there. Our YouTube, our SoundCloud, our Vimeo, and our archive. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. And now that we have Jeffrey's Egyptian fucking hieroglyphics that we gotta try to decipher.
I think that's Anubis.
We're gonna start off with SmackDown.
Oh, SmackDown.
The blue SmackDown. SmackDown's always been so blue.
How come SmackDown left me feeling blue this week?
I don't know. Hey, that's very good. And we're gonna start off with something that made me happy at first. Samoa Joe promo.
Static.
Samoa Joe promo.
Badass promo.
So, Samoa Joe kicked off the show. And obviously he came out. Man, he's doing old school Ring of Honor promos, it seems like to me. From the backstage area where they have him doing these interviews up against the backdrop of a concrete wall or a locker room, instead of the fancy WWE set. It's starting to look like the old Samoa Joe slowly creeping in, and this promo was no exception.
Yeah.
He did well.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Promo.
I was like, holy shit, Samoa Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Then Daniel Bryan came out because he got offended because Samoa Joe, in his rant about being king, stepped over the boundary.
Yep.
Talked about Daniel Bryan's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So Daniel Bryan comes out, grabs the microphone and says, "You're gonna talk those kind of things, I'm gonna snap your leg.
I'm gonna break
Actually,
your leg.
I'm gonna break your leg. Yeah, I'm gonna break your leg."
And I totally believe him.
And here's the crazy part. Things were about to get super interesting.
Fucking awesome.
Super interesting.
And then,
I mean, I don't want to clown on this guy, but fuck it. I did not enjoy the fact that they had Big Cass come out and interrupt the whole proceedings. And that's not what made it worse. What made it worse is Big Cass comes out. Not only does he interrupt the proceedings of a great angle, he goes over on both of them.
Oh, yeah. Squashes him.
Yeah, it was so weird. Smashes Daniel Bryan with the ladder, throws him up against the ladder, smashes Samoa Joe with the briefcase. Man, that shit was very weird and hard to swallow, but maybe it's just WWE wanting to get heat. Maybe it's part of their deal.
I definitely know it was the WWE creeping a finger in my ass. That's sure what that was for me. You know how excited I was for this last week. And
I know, man. I can't get into Big Cass a lot, but sometimes, he does get hate sometimes. Kind of the same way Dean Ambrose. Not Dean Ambrose. The
same way I hate Dean Ambrose?
Well, I don't know. He gets a lot of hate sometimes, and I feel like he's just taking the opportunities he's been given.
I can see potential in him, but when you come out and interfere in Samoa Joe versus Daniel Bryan in the WWE in 2018, I hate your guts. I don't care who you are.
He's just
doing his job.
He's just following orders, and you got to sometimes look at WWE creative and be like, I don't know.
There you go again, WWE creative. That's how I had to look at that one.
Then Stephanie McMahon slaps you and
Thanks again.
And then Stephanie McMahon slaps you and says, "Keep watching the product. We tell you what you like."
Yep, I'll be sure to watch them highlights again next week. So you know I will.
God, I do love the WWE though.
I know you do.
Anyways, next match, it was all right. You know, it was a nice little build up to keep building up. Shinsuke Nakamura. So we had Ty Dillinger versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
The perfect 10 Ty Dillinger.
It was a good match.
Yeah,
it was a good wrestling match.
Really good match.
Entertaining.
Actually.
You know, we enjoyed it thoroughly.
I figured it was going to be another big, huge, quick squash, but it was actually really good.
I enjoyed it.
I did.
And Ty Dillinger doesn't seem to be doing as well as other past years. It seems like
I mean,
it's
he's
fucked
not.
up. But anyways, it was a good match. It was a good match for both of them. Shinsuke Nakamura wins him.
Yep,
wins him.
Shinsuke
Nakamura wins him.
Wins him with the Kinshasa. And then
wow,
Dillinger
grammar,
stays down. Dillinger stays down. That was in my notes, too. Dillinger stays down for a 10 count, proving that the Kinshasa can put someone down for 10 seconds.
Okay.
AJ better look out.
I think you're off your rocker. How about that?
I mean, I don't think it can keep AJ Styles down for 10 seconds.
I think you're insane.
But
you haven't taken,
it can keep Ty Dillinger down.
You haven't taken your pills. But you know what's going to bring you back to sanity, Jeff? There's going to be something here that's going to bring you back to sanity.
And the
next segment was a dance-off with Naomi and Lana.
Oh, yeah. I'm real back to say now. I'm crazy.
Shut your mouth and respect it.
Woo.
Anyways.
I mean, that's what I watched wrestling for. Somebody call my mama, right?
Oh, yeah, right? I remember that. Somebody called my mama.
Naomi was involved in that, too. So
remember when Shelton Benjamin actually had his mama ringside?
Yeah, and I loved that.
So much better
No
than
one will remember that at all, I'm pretty sure, but you and me. But it was great. I loved Shelton's mama.
Yeah, it was awesome.
You don't need to bring her back. Bring back Shelton's mama.
Anyways.
So the dance
I guess we're going to talk about the dance-off. I mean, we have to talk about it because it happened. They both danced.
It happened.
Lana and Naomi danced as I suppose they continue to build a women's Money in the Bank match.
Yeah, because this was a dance-off to qualify for the Money in the Bank. That's a real fair way to get it. Sasha goes through a gauntlet on Raw, and these two chicks just shake their ass.
It's just a very weird way to enter into some sort of match like that.
Very, very
like
strange.
Part of this tournament was to win a dance-off?
Yeah, just a dance-off.
Yeah, it was very fucking weird. Anyways.
Well, there was a barbecue on Raw, so we had to have something wacky on SmackDown, right?
I know. Sometimes there are good segments, but this one was a bit weird.
Tit for tat.
The entire thing broke down. The Usos came out. Rusev, Lana, everybody was there. That's all part of that whole schmoz.
That pale guy, I think his name's Aiden.
Yeah, the baby faces are the ones that ended up coming on top of... we spent too much time on this.
There was a dance-off. Moving on.
Dear God, really. So, the next one. New Day versus The Miz and The Bar. What'd you think about that, Jeff?
I've never been a big New Day fan, but the last couple of weeks they've been doing things that are like, I can't help it. I'm smiling and enjoying myself while I'm watching these matches.
I was almost trying to force myself not to like the New Day, because I was always telling myself, oh, it's too corny for professional wrestling. It's too fucking dumb for professional wrestling. It's too wacky. But sometimes those things work, and these guys are making it work.
And they have been for a while now.
And at the end of the day, it's professional wrestling, and part of the allure to it is that sometimes wacky shit happens, and you can sit with your buddy having some beers, smoking some ganja or whatever, and just laughing and having a good time after a whole productive week of work or school or whatever it is that you got to go do. Sometimes the wackiness is needed. And for all the smart marks that are going to go up to at HaveFunOTI and start talking about, oh, this is why I respect Japan more, because they don't have garbage like entering a huge championship match based off of a dance. Let me tell you something. I watched Japan once, and I see Tajiri come out of an egg. I seen a guy rub a lamp and a fucking genie make its way to the ring.
Would you ever figure out was that DDT or Hustle?
It might have been Hustle or DDT. I can't remember.
I can't remember which one.
They had very wacky things. And
memories.
I'm sorry. And hey, here, let me stab you a little bit more in that heart. The final one. I seen Omega or Ibushi, or I can't remember which one of them was.
It was Ibushi.
Fucking wrestle a doll.
Do the infinite Canadian destroyer.
Yeah. So fuck off with the over criticizing on the WWE shit sometimes. With the fucking, it's too wacky at times.
I first saw that on Tosh.0.
Really?
Yeah, the first time I saw that was the opening clip for Tosh.0 a few seasons back.
That's fucking interesting.
Yep.
However, speaking of the match, the New Day defeated The Miz and The Bar. And you know what, man? Out of those people, The Bar I like the most.
Yeah. Yeah, I like
Cesaro Sheamus, dude, and Cesaro. I remember Cesaro always being awesome in Ring of Honor. He came to the WWE, he was still awesome, and now he's doing the whole thing with Sheamus. Sheamus was always fucking... He hits hard. I wouldn't call it necessarily strong style, but it's more like American style, Stan Hansen strong style, with the overhands and the fucking huge forearms to the chest. You know what I mean? Like the big swings, the big clubs to the chest.
Yeah. Always
so, anyways, good match.
Yeah, good match.
Next match wasn't so bad either because I'm always wanting to watch this girl wrestle. Asuka versus Mandy Rose.
That was actually a pretty good match too.
I enjoyed it. It was a very well put together match. Had a beginning, middle, end. Nice story. It was awesome. I liked it. Asuka defeated Mandy Rose. After the match, who comes out?
Carmella.
Face to face with Asuka, she raises the belt above her head.
Above her head.
And, you know, that's how that segment ends. You know, an image of future things to come, I suppose.
For Money in the Bank, where they'll face, and Asuka will rip her face off.
And then we had a match that... the main event of the show.
So we got Joe and Bryan.
So, we got Joe and Bryan, and we have Big Cass in this match. It's a Money in the Bank qualifying match. Daniel Bryan versus Samoa Joe versus Big Cass. Now, I know we can be negative here, Jeff, and talk about how big we wanted it to be, because we're greedy at times, smart marks. We try to be greedy smart marks at times.
Yeah.
We wanted Samoa Joe and Daniel Bryan one-on-one, obviously. However, I'm going to stay positive and say this could go the right way. The match itself was not bad.
Yeah, in hindsight, it was not bad. We got some Joe and Bryan stuff.
Yeah, it's just one of those matches where you see Joe and Bryan start gaining momentum, and you're like, oh my god, what are they going to do next? And then, you know, there is a third person in the ring, so you don't always get what you want.
Then here comes Kaz.
So what was the ending?
Joe wins.
Samoa Joe defeated Daniel Bryan and Big Cass. Samoa Joe wins. Guess who's waiting in the wings?
Who?
Your favorite wrestler, No Way Jose.
Really?
I'm joking.
Really? Would you get the extended edition of SmackDown this
I'm
week?
joking. Anyways.
I think there's no way that happened.
He's your favorite wrestler. Anyways.
There we go. Might as
Samoa
well
Joe
got
wins.
those hands.
Samoa Joe wins. He's basking in the glory. He's drinking in the victory. Cass is waiting in the wings. What does Cass do?
Ruin my dreams again?
Cass takes over the whole fucking thing. Fuming, Cass obliterates Daniel Bryan with the big boot and stands tall to close the show.
Yep.
They're really pushing this guy, but it could be that they're pushing this guy because they're trying to trick everybody into thinking he might win, and then all of a sudden,
maybe
the people we want to win are going to win.
Maybe putting Cass in programs with Bryan and Joe was an effort to make Kaz, you know, a little bit better.
Dude, still though, Samoa Joe went over, which is awesome as fuck. And he got to do it with the Coquina Clutch. He got to do it with the Coquina Clutch, which is a move that we always fucking love. It's almost like old school Taz, choking everybody out.
Yeah. I'm just glad it wasn't Kaz.
It was a good show. SmackDown wasn't bad. Raw wasn't bad. It wasn't they didn't have crazy groundbreaking angles or anything, but SmackDown, obviously, wrestling-wise, was a big up there. It was a very good show wrestling-wise. So now, what we're going to move into is a company that's always gives you premium matches, elite performances. We got to admit, almost every time, New Japan Pro Wrestling. So what you got going on with New Japan Pro Wrestling, Jeff?
Well, we are nearing the last few days of the Best of Super Juniors tournament.
Okay.
And I'm just going to give you the standings because there's been a ton of matches again.
Okay, so there's been a couple of days have passed. There's been a bunch of matches, which means that these wrestlers are either gaining or not gaining points in the standings for the two blocks, which are Block A and Block B. So, who's all in Block A? We're going to have to go over this again, Jeff.
All right, so we'll do it right this time. Tiger Mask, ACH, Flip Gordon, Will Ospreay, the IWGP Junior Champion, Yo from Roppongi 3K, Taji Ishimori, the Bone Soldier, Yoshinobu Kanemaru from Suzuki Gun, and Bushi from LIJ, and that is A block again.
Okay, so that's A block, and here's the points for A block. Tiger Mask
has 6 points.
ACH
has 4.
Flip Gordon
has 6.
Will Ospreay
has 8.
Ooh, leading the pack so far.
Leading.
Yo
Yo has 6.
Ooh.
Taji Ishimori.
How much has he got?
He has 8.
Ooh, he's tied with Will Ospreay on Block A.
Yeah, they're
Then
tied.
we got Yoshinobu Kanemaru.
He has 4 points.
Ooh, it's down there.
Yeah, he's losing his chance. It's almost over for Kanemaru.
And Bushi is one of the guys that has the 6 points.
He's got 6 points. So it's not over for him yet, but it's not looking great.
666 is what you like.
It was me, Austin. It was me all along.
All right, Vince. Anyways, now we go to Block B. Who are all the participants on Block B?
The Time Splitter Kushida.
Okay.
Taguchi. Chris Sabin. Dragon Lee. Sho, the other half of Roppongi 3K. The Villain Marty Scurll. El Desperado from Suzuki Gun. And my pick to win, Hiromu Takahashi from LIJ.
Okay. So, we're going to go down the list of of Block B's points. Kushida.
6 points. Taguchi.
Yep.
4 points.
Sabin.
4 points.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I wanted better for Sabin.
Sabin's had some really good matches, but he's not pulling out the wins.
Dragon Lee.
Dragon Lee has 6 points. And Sho has 4 points, which is kind of surprising because he was doing really well.
He was last time, huh?
Yeah, he was. He's had some really great matches, too. Marty Scurll has 6 points.
Ooh, Marty Scurll's up there with all the pretty much tied right now for the lead.
And I'm surprised to see that El Desperado only has 4 points, too, because he was doing really well as well.
See, my question is Marty Scurll main event status in New Japan Pro Wrestling, or is he more like mid-card or curtain jerker, or he's just kind of there here and there?
I mean, he's there. He's more mid-card. He's definitely a junior, because in ROH, he's getting a title shot in the next few weeks.
Does he wrestle indies here in the United States a lot, or no?
Not so much that I've seen anymore since he's gotten so big and being in the Bullet Club. I've seen him do PWG and ROH. He's a staple.
I wonder. We need to look up his schedule. Maybe catch some of his matches.
In ROH now.
That's good. He's a good wrestler. And even if he's not like the best in terms of in-ring work, he's still very good in ring work, obviously. But, I like his character. I like everything about him. He's a cool guy.
He's great.
I like watching him as a wrestler.
To watch
all right,
the time.
go on. So we're at El Desperado.
El Desperado had 4 points, which I was surprised for that because he was faring very well in the beginning of this tournament. Not now, apparently. And my pick, who's tied for first place in B block with 1, 2, 3 other people.
Yep.
Hiromu Takahashi.
6 points.
With
so
6 points.
My pick, Tiger Mask, has 6 points. Your pick has 6 points. So that's pretty interesting. However, it seems like if I look at the whole Block A and Block B and just look at the whole team as a whole, I feel like Will Ospreay has a very good chance of winning this whole damn thing.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not my pick, but I'm just saying from what it looks like. I feel like New Japan loves Will Ospreay a lot.
Yeah, they definitely do. He won last year's Super Juniors, and he is the current IWGP champion, and he is tied for the firstest of first place, if that's even a word. I do want to say, though, with the Best of Super Juniors, the matches that I think you guys should check out over the last few days is Sho versus Hiromu Takahashi and ACH versus Taji Ishimori.
Like I said, New Japan never fails to deliver.
ACH and Ishimori have been on fire in this tournament.
Good.
All right.
We need wrestlers like that. They bring pride and prestige to the business, even though I'm a bigger WWE fan for sure. But I like that Japan does these things. I like that all these other companies are getting huge and they're having... Because you know what the most important thing about all these companies succeeding is the fact that it gives wrestlers a place to work.
Yep.
It gives us options so you don't feel like you're buckled down to one fucking company and, you can't really do anything about it. It's good.
Yeah.
But going from, I guess, the Hollywood Pro Wrestling, which is WWE, all the way to the Sport Pro Wrestling, which was New Japan, and now we go straight to what?
To the Bloodbath?
That's what it seems like. I guess before we close the show up, this will be the last segment we talk about.
We've been talking about.
We're going deathmatch.
It's deathmatch tournament season.
It's summer.
And
We're going
still
deathmatch.
smell blood.
And there's 2 companies that usually have, deathmatch matches.
The 2 big companies that are having them right now.
Tournament of Death.
Month.
Tournament of Death is happening. Tournament of Death. 17, ladies and gentlemen. 17 years of this shit.
17 years of Tournament of Death.
Dear God, some of the stuff is disturbing to watch. I don't watch it all, but some of the stuff goes too far sometimes. And what's the other company that's having shows?
GCW is having the Tournament of Survival.
Okay, they're having the Tournament of Survival. And when's that?
Tournament of Survival is June 2nd, which is actually tomorrow.
Okay. I hear you. Okay, so one's June 2nd, one's June 9th. You want to go through the CZW first or GCW first?
I guess chronological order. Maybe we should do GCW first.
I don't know. As a matter of fact,
you know what?
No, you know what? Why first? I think we need to roll a freaking. We need to
go.
flip. We need to flip a coin because I get the feeling because I think CZW is way better.
Let's just flip a coin then. Cat got my tongue.
All right, we're gonna flip a coin.
All right,
you ready?
Ready?
Heads or tails?
Call it once it hits. Don't look.
All right, ready?
Let it hit.
1,
Flip it.
2, 3. All right, it's on the carpet.
Call tails. It's heads. Oh my god. Oh my god. Good thing you weren't betting shots.
Hey, it's not my fault I have Vince on my side. The power of
Vince on your side while you talk about CZW. Only Dean Ambrose has that, buddy.
Exactly. Vince doesn't discriminate. He's hired deathmatch wrestlers.
Yes.
Exactly. So, anyways.
So, we will start with Tournament of Death.
Tournament of Death 17. Where's it going to be at? Oh, okay. So, apparently they had an old location. Now they have a new location. It's going to be in New Jersey at 373 Tansboro Road, Berlin, New Jersey.
All right.
We got to give it its props. I mean, it's just, it's good to promote shows sometimes. First match. Tournament of Death 17. Lots of light tubes death match. and it's spelled like that. LOTSA. Lots of light tubes death match.
I thought that's how I wrote it down in my notes.
Not only that, but the competitors in lots of light tubes death match are Drew Parker and Ricky Shane Page. Better than you.
Oh, Ricky Shane Page. Oh.
It's who you want to be.
I wouldn't give anything to be Ricky Shane Page. This guy has 3 first names.
Stop. We don't have to start burying his whole career.
3 first names. Anyways.
You hate him because of his name? Hey, buddy, go back to the forums if you're going to do that.
Anyways,
Dear Lord.
Who's he facing? Drew
Parker. Dude, that Drew Parker guy looks like he has a crazy fucking...
Drew Parker has a crazy looking
gimmick. He has a blade to his throat, and he looks like kind of like he has white and black face paint. I don't know. I don't know.
I've not seen Drew Parker.
I know these are all death matches, but sometimes I'm not a big fan of like the posters. They're too violent. I know it's supposed to be ultra violent, but can the poster be a little bit more sporty? Right. And then when you get there, it could be a bloodbath, I guess.
You showed me that one where everyone's bleeding profusely on
There was one poster for, I can't remember what company, where every single fucking picture for their roster was bleeding on the poster. Not only on the poster, on the roster page of their website.
The referee is bleeding on the roster page.
It's like, wow. It's like the fucking, the ring announcer blades.
Just for my God, I'm seeing red.
Anyways, next match. By the way, lots of light tubes. I'm a big fan of light tubes in death matches, if used correctly. Mm-hmm. That's a weapon I enjoy. But anyways, next match. Casanova Valentine versus Stockade versus Jimmy Lloyd in Blocks, Bats, and Bundles death match. Blocks and Bats sounds incredibly painful. Hopefully, I don't know what blocks means.
It's those cinder blocks, man.
I hope not, because sometimes they're not used right, and sometimes they look like shit, but it hurts like a motherfucker.
There's no impact, and it's just like, thud, that was my head on
and that's what I'm saying.
Cinder blocks,
certain weapons we can do without, like cinder blocks, it could be used once or twice the right way. Put it on someone's chest, hit it with the chair or something like that. Make it special, but most of the time, they look like shit and they hurt. Don't get things like Legos. I've seen a company have Legos as weapons. They busted out Legos, put them in the ring, slammed the guy on it. I don't know what the whole point of that was, because it hurt like shit. Those Legos probably stabbed you in your back, but guess what? It looked like crap.
Legos.
It looked like crap, and nobody bought it.
And I'm not going to let the anonymity stay on that. That was Madman Pondo at last year's Tournament of Death.
And I wonder what they mean by bundles too.
I'm wondering what bundles. Bundles of what?
I don't know, but that's interesting. Anyways, moving on. Next match, 4 Corners of Pain, Barbed Wire Madness. That sounds sick.
That sounds like a death match.
Yeah, it's probably going to be those big boards with the barbed wire in the corner. I'm assuming.
But still.
The competitors are Connor Claxton versus Kid Osborne versus Brandon Kirk versus Dan O'Hare. Should be decent, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have 4 Corners of Pain. We should have done our homework on this one, because I'm sure CZWs have had these matches a lot, but I don't remember. It's so much information sometimes with this wrestling stuff, and I don't care if you don't think we're real CZW fans, but we've been watching this shit for fucking years, over a goddamn 10 years. Back in the day, from the Cage of Deaths and all that. Mm-hmm. We just sometimes forget these things, but Four Corners of Pain, Mance Warner versus Dale Patricks versus Josh Crane. And then here's one of their main event guys that's going to be on the show. Well, he's a GCW guy, isn't he? But he does make his way to CZW all the time.
Well,
Matt Tremont will wrestle Toby Klein, and a Fans Bring the Weapons. And my thing about Fans Bring the Weapons is, please, God, let them be decent. Because sometimes these fans try to be cool and try to come up with the most ultra-violent concoction ever. With fucking, I don't know, shit being nails on a board and toasters and all this fucking shit. And sometimes it's fucking dumb.
Just bring a gun.
That's even fucking stupider.
You remember when we watched the Vice documentary on tournament deaths from a couple of years ago, and they said what was the worst weapon a fan ever brought?
Yeah.
DJ Hyde said a
Dude,
gun.
I swear to God,
who seriously brings a fucking gun to that?
That's stupid.
Are you that stupid?
And you know what else? I think I saw a fan bring once a fucking 2x4, and on top of it was a water jug. A fucking water jug with a 2x4, and the person hit the other wrestler with it.
You know, when
if fans bring the weapons match, is so risky because they could bring dumbass shit that's gonna make it look stupid. I know you want the fans to contribute, but I'm sorry, this is gonna be like you're censoring. I'm not trying to be a censor guy. I think they should be checked at the fucking door, and their weapons should be approved or not approved. To set a fucking standard for the shit you bring.
Yeah. Definitely.
Because fucking water jugs and those plastic baseball bats that kids use that just sting more than anything but look like crap. Oh, they have thumbtacks in them. It doesn't matter. It's a big, giant, glowing fucking orange baseball bat for children you're hitting someone with.
Yeah.
It looks like shit.
You might have put them thumbtacks
Strong Style Evolved?
Right.
Come on, man. We're talking about this deathmatch stuff because we're trying to make death matches evolve. And by evolve, I don't mean more chunks of flesh being spewed about everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, make it a little bit classier. You can still have violence and death matches, but have it in a sick-ass way. Look at certain FMW. Early FMW.
Yeah.
Look at early FMW, and I can't say all Japan does it right, because I've seen other death matches in Japan where it's like piranhas.
Oh, and BJW?
Yeah, BJW was sometimes got wacky with their shit.
Remember?
They had one where it was a ring full of fire, and they had this, like, I don't know what, this white, what was it? It was like cotton, like...
Yeah, like the gasoline-soaked towels, and they had it everywhere and lit it on fire. And
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It was pretty fucking bad.
That's never been a good idea. I've never seen one.
The reason why it was bad is because,
think
about it, they had these giant white cotton-looking things that they probably doused in whatever liquid to make them flammable. They tied them up to the ropes. These things lit on fire, and the smoke looked so black. It's like, are you fucking burning cancer right now?
Let me just.
Are you burning cancer, and are we breathing it in?
Let me run the ropes. Taking deep, gasping breaths.
Dude,
all that yummy black smoke.
The wrestlers were in there for all of like 5-10 minutes, and they couldn't breathe, and they just got the fuck out.
Yeah,
And then you see everybody start panicking because the ring turns into a huge, giant Burning Man-looking bonfire. You know, it's no longer just under control in the cage. It's fucking fire. You got to do it right.
Yeah, I've never seen that end well.
As a matter of fact, I have a question. If there's any fans out there at HaveFunOTI, tweet us or let us know on Facebook about if there's a good match where they had fire under control, where the fire match was actually good. And not WWE, because WWE and the Kane and Undertaker stuff was more tame.
Yeah. That was a controlled environment.
Yes.
Still cool. But definitely controlled environment.
All right, well, anyways, that was the CZW Tournament of Death stuff coming up this summer.
First round.
You have the GCW stuff, right?
All right. So, GCW.
Yeah.
Was going to be live outdoors, just like Tournament of Death.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. I was reading their Twitter before you get into the matches and the results and all that stuff. I was reading their Twitter, and one thing I noticed is that they said that they're moving the venue from the outdoor location to the indoor location.
Starlight Ballroom.
Okay, to the Starlight Ballroom.
In Sayreville, New Jersey.
Okay, and damn, New Jersey just... They keep having death matches.
Jersey's got the death matches.
Classy. No, I'm fucking around. We like them too anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So.
I had the information about them not being there, but they don't really say the reason why they're moving. They don't give a reason why they were told to move or why they were moving. My only hypothesis is the owner of the place that they were renting from for that show somehow ended up watching some videos and was like, what the fuck did I get myself into? Not only is it going to probably bring the type of fan that I don't want at my establishment, maybe. Even though I'm a fan of death matches. But it can also destroy the property, man.
Yeah.
Do you understand how much shit they do? This shit scratches up floors. You know, it fucks things up.
I mean, if it's outdoor too, the pollution amount from light tubes alone could damage
my big
things.
question was this. It goes from outdoor to indoor. So is it going to be nerfed? Is the show going to be nerfed? Is it going to be less ultra-violent or whatnot?
I'm wondering.
Because look what they wrote on Twitter. Look what GCW wrote on Twitter. They wrote, don't worry. They said, don't worry, we got this. We are bringing the full GCW experience with us, including the pig roast.
Oh, yeah, the pig roast.
And most importantly, the ultra-violence. So who knows, man? They might actually not tone it down. Who knows?
They're not known for being the lighter side of death matches right now in America.
I know, some of the questions people are asking right away are you still doing the bring your own beer stuff? Because, now it's indoor, it's a bit different. Dear God.
Now you're going to have to pay full price at the bar, buddy.
Someone wrote, so who called the cops? That's so, I know.
Wow, who called? Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Who called? You can't call the cops on something that... Well, I guess you could. You can call the cops on something that's going to happen, I guess. Isn't that kind of like speculation and...
I don't know. Anyways, just swiftly name the matches because we're running out of time, Jeff.
I'm going to go through the first round matches real quick.
Fast.
Do have to say that I don't know what the match types will be.
Yeah, it was very difficult finding out the match types. We went through a lot of their Twitter and their website, and it didn't really have the match types. We should have probably checked their YouTube or something. They might have videos for that. But,
something, yeah.
But go on.
So, the first round for the Tournament of Survival will be Nick Gage versus Takayuki Yuki. I could be wrong on saying that name. I don't know all my Japanese deathmatch guys. Shellac versus Marcus Crane. Silope versus Alex Colon. And Medio Extremo versus Eric Ryan.
Why isn't Matt Tremont there? He just chose to do Tournament of Death instead?
I'm assuming so.
That's weird because you figured Tremont would be there, no? Didn't he have the whole Onita thing there, or was it not there?
No, that was the Onita thing was CCW. The Supreme thing was GCW.
Oh, yeah, the Supreme thing where they had that weird exchange with the light tubes where they just looked comatose, and they were just hitting each other with the same manner for 10 minutes straight.
Who am I? Nobody in New Jersey knows, buddy.
I know, but it's fucked up because we know who he is. And that match Tremont versus Supreme match could have been built up, and it could have been held in Los Angeles.
I feel, yeah.
Where XPW used to be, and people know who Supreme is. It would have been a lot better than making them go all the way across the fucking country to where people didn't even watch XPW.
Yeah, where people don't even know it exists anymore.
Anyways, so those are the matches for GCW. Mm-hmm. It's going to be an interesting deathmatch season.
Yes.
We're going to be watching them. Mm-hmm. We'll keep you guys informed. Tomorrow. We'll keep with WWE, the death matches, New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yep.
We're going to keep with it all. Make sure, visit us on Twitter, at HaveFunOTI. There you'll find our links to Facebook, YouTube, Vimeo, Archive, and SoundCloud. Have fun on the Indies. I'm Abe.
I'm Jeff.
And I need to go home because, fuck, I'm going to pass out.
We're going to have to call you an Uber.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Have fun on the Indies.